What's up, manga fans? This is Rough Out from C Manga, and welcome back to another review of the Breaker New Ways. This week's chapter 165. So it was definitely an enjoyable chapter this week. We had much more pages, much more content, a bit of action, a bit of drama, and a bit of conspiracy theories going on. Even though it's out in the open now, so the whole who was the mole in the government, that's all up in the air. And even though I'm still not too fond of Jung Lae Won's character, I was a bit more impressed and actually kind of fond and interested in his character this chapter. He definitely came to light, and he's, as I said before, I can tell he's one of those good guys, but he's just got wrong intentions about how he does things. And he is for the people, and it's shown in this chapter quite a lot. My only grievance, obviously, that still is against him is the fact that he was the one that shot Shi-Ho back in the original Breaker, and he has called Shi-Woon a lot of crap all this time. So maybe he can redeem himself, and the fact that Shi-Ho is still alive, maybe that will make me think differently of him in the future, but we'll see how it goes. So the way the chapter starts, the van that the Sun-Woo clan were in is completely burning and blown up. Shi-Woon is lying face down on the floor, and none of the other Sun-Woo clan members are anywhere to be seen. So Jung Lae Won's gone trying to go over to see him, but he's intercepted by the chief of police, and he's SWAT. And I was impressed with Jung Lae Won because I originally thought he was, just stupidly gone along with the plan and didn't suspect anything. But he immediately said to the chief that you were involved with the Black Forest defense all this time and working with Kaiser. It's like all this information about the C4 attacks and the fact and the Sun-Woo clan going here. No one else had that information, only a handful of people, so it was obvious you were the mole revealing this info to the SUC and Black Forest Defense, and for you to get here so quickly, you wouldn't have known unless I told you. That's literally what Jung Lae Won was saying. So the police of chief, basically reveals the whole point of the plan to destroy Seoul and everything like that, because Jung Lae Won was like, why did you work with them? And he originally said, do you hate the Murim? He's like, no, the bombing, why did you do it? And he's saying to make the Nine Arts a threat, make him a perfect terrorist, give him, a terrorist image to the world, reveal the world to the Murim, and sacrifice Seoul under, the Nine Arts reign, as in he was the one who blew it up. Will give the government basically the authority and power to go against the Murim and destroy it completely, so they can be the only reign supreme power in the world and in that city. So it makes sense what they're trying to do. But what Jung Lae Won's upset about was the entire government, the higher ups doing this, and apparently it wasn't. It was only a few intelligent leaders, very influential leaders, that backed up this plan and sealed the deal with Kaiser. So basically they were a part of this plan, so if everything goes ahead and it works out, they all the power and authority in the city will base around those leaders, so they've got a whole stake in this. They basically want to destroy the Murim so they can gain power, and this is something I think I was saying episode before. Kaiser basically wants that power as well. Most likely he wants authority and power. So as a last act of, I'd say, redemption, or not, I wouldn't say of redemption, I'd say it was a last order from the chief. He basically says to Lae Won, kill Shi-Woon and I'll give a good word in for you and you can become influential. We need people like you. But Lae Won's still not listening, really not convinced. He's like, what about the citizens of Seoul will you provide to protect? What about them? And the police chief basically says they're just pawns to the plan. They should be happy, if they knew about this and they knew what their part in this plan will play and how successful it will be. They should be happy in the afterlife. And this completely pees off Lae Won, and it makes me laugh because he's just like, fuck off. What gives you the right to sacrifice those people? And I was laughing because I said, well done, Jae-Long, that was a badass line, and it's true. You can tell his intentions are true. He cares about the public. So the Murim was basically, he explains why he hated them. He said he hated the special privileges they get. He hates that their attitude to the world problems was very ignorant and non-caring. They didn't care, and it's seen with the elders of the the Murim when Shi-Woon was arguing with them. They're like, it's not our problem, we don't care, government can deal with it. But Jung Lae Won says, you are actually worse than those people, you know, the people I was fighting against are nowhere near as bad as you are. And the chief says a line that's kind of deep. He says, this world is brutal, so you basically have to be more brutal than anyone else to survive. And this is where the action starts, and it's actually sick because Lae Won attempt, like, basically threatens to shoot, but the chief has just gotten straight up to him, subdued and disarmed him. I was like, holy crap, I wasn't expecting that. And then the fight assumes from then Lae Won fighting back with roundhouse kicks and all sorts. But unfortunately, it was all effortless because the chief wasn't even trying, and then he managed to subdue him again. And he asks him once again, he's like, work with us and you'll be successful. We need people like you. And Lae Won refuses. He basically says, I think it was eat shit fuckers or something like that. You could tell this guy is lividly angry at these people. And just as he's about to be killed, who turns up and saves his life? Shi-Woon raises from the grave, even though he wasn't really dead, and knocks the chief far away. And we see a badass panel with him standing with the burning background. So yeah, that was enjoyable to see. It's kind of made me think maybe Shi-Woon was lying on the floor all this time trying to figure out the situation, how they figured that how they managed to find them so quickly, and maybe listen to Jung Lae Won, he could sympathize with him and realize that he's a good guy. I can assume the rest of the Sun-Woo clan, like Elder Kwang, Hai-Il, and whoever else was in the van, they're probably just hiding somewhere pretending they're dead, and we'll most likely see them join up next chapter, hopefully. I can't really think what else could happen. Maybe Shi-Woon and Lae Won will fight off side by side with the Spots and defeat them before they go along their way to meet Chun-Woo, or maybe not. We'll see what happens, but it's definitely getting interesting. The only thing I can imagine though is the drama when Lae Won is revealed as Shi-Ho's shooter. Maybe it will go bad, like she won't go bust, basically rage again, or maybe he'll forgive him and say what you did was wrong, but I know it was for certain reasons, and then he could forgive him. He's done surprising things like that in the before, and being quite mature. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see what happens. As I said before, Lae Won was definitely good in this chapter. If he carries on this path and he does quite well, I think he deserves redemption, even though he shot Shi-Ho. But as I said lots of times before, he's definitely got good intentions, but what he done, his actions were wrong. So as I said, we'll see what happens. And yeah, definitely a good chapter, brilliant. Can't wait to see. Hopefully it carries on like this and it's more consistent. No more short chapters or missing chapters. We don't need any of that. More long action-packed or very full content chapters like this. So that's about it for this chapter. You guys know the usual. If you enjoyed it, leave a comment, prediction, opinions about this chapter and the next one in the comment box below. And also, if you're new to the channel, subscribe for more content, and I'll speak to you guys next time.